Hello and welcome to Auckland Airport. I've just arrived from Tauranga on an Air New Zealand flight connecting onwards to Sydney. Auckland Airport's check-in is rather empty at 1 p.m. Works Deluxe passengers can use Air New Zealand's premium check-in, however I already checked in at Tauranga and headed straight to security. After security and getting through duty free, it was onwards to the Air New Zealand lounge, which is located upstairs. I will just point out that lounge access is not included in your Works Deluxe fare. At this time of the day the lounge is very empty. It starts filling up around 4 p.m. for the evening rush. I always love Air New Zealand's lounges and much prefer them over Qantas's, as they feel much more modern and offer a larger selection of food and beverages. Shown here are the lunch options. I got some pulled pork, potato salad and beetroot salad, as well as an apple juice. Unarguably, the best part of this lounge is the views. After around 2 hours in the lounge, it was time to head to our gate for today's flight to Sydney. Auckland's international terminal is very nice and easy to navigate. Gate 5 is very small and crowded. Our aircraft for today is a 3.8-year-old Airbus A321neo registered Zulu Kilo November Charlie.
Thanks, Martha. Mary. Thank you.
Thank you. Upon boarding, we were handed our passenger arrival card for Australia. My seat for today's flight is 02 Alpha. One of the main benefits of Works Deluxe tickets is that the middle seat is blocked out. Next to us is ZK-NNC pushing back for Brisbane. The air bridge retracted, we pushed back and the safety video played. Our engine started up and we began our taxi to runway 05 right. Sit back, relax and enjoy the full takeoff roll out of Auckland. Before long we were leaving the coast of New Zealand and climbing to our initial cruise of 32,000 feet. Let's have a quick look through the IFE. Air New Zealand is known for having one of the best flight maps being fully interactive. There is an alright selection of movies and TV shows, plenty of music, a few games, and a couple of other features such as seat chat. Works Deluxe passengers are the first passengers to be served meals, so it wasn't long until we received our meal service. I started off with a cup of water and a can of Schweppes ginger ale. There are 2 meat options and a vegetarian one. The meat options were the chicken korma with chickpeas, which I got, or the roast lamb and gravy with potatoes and peas. Both meals came with a bun and quite a large tub of Carpati salt and caramel ice cream. The korma was one of, if not the best economy class meals I've ever had. It was even better than a Qantas International Business Class meal. I always love a good curry, and this hit the spot. Reportedly, the lamb was pretty good too, but I'm not sure who thought it was a good idea to have peas on a plane. One bump of turbulence and there's peas all over the floor. As the sun sets, let's go over the seat features and Works Deluxe amenities on board this A321neo aircraft. There's a tray table folding down from the seat in front that can slide back and forth but is still quite far away from you. There are 2 large seat pockets housing a safety card and sick bag, but was missing a magazine. The armrests are movable and there is a 6-way adjustable headrest. The window shade also moves relatively smooth. There is a decent 5cm recline . 2 USB ports as well as a headphone jack under the 10-inch IFE screen. The seat pitch is a very comfy 83 centimeters or 32.7 inches. In the overhead panel you can find individual adjustable air vents, reading lights and crew call buttons. Also worth mentioning is the signature purple mood lighting. Now into the Works Deluxe features. What's the difference between it and a normal economy ticket? Here's a table of the differences between Works and Works Deluxe tickets. You may pause the video if needed. I'd also like to point out that the meal options and physical seat are the same as in the Works. The Works Deluxe seat just has more legroom. Shown here are the premium headphones received in Works Deluxe, which are much better than the normal economy ones. The main feature of Works Deluxe here is a spare seat. It feels more private than Air New Zealand's Premium Economy or Qantas's 737 Business Class. We missed our landing slot into Sydney and had to circle for half an hour. This flight generally departs around 30 minutes late so that it arrives during its slotted time. We, however, departed 57 minutes late and arrived an hour and 3 minutes behind schedule. Air New Zealand's signature lollies were handed out prior to descent. As we make our way into Sydney, let's sum up this flight with Air New Zealand. The seat had a large amount of legroom and wasn't quite soft enough for this long Auckland to Sydney flight of 3 hours and 46 minutes. The seat was clean, has a good headrest and recline, individual air vents, charging ports and no neighbour. This seat gets an 8.5 out of 10. As previously mentioned, the meal was one of the best economy class meals I've ever had. There were good proportions and the meal was a good size. I personally love curries and I am making the review. The meal gets a 9.5 out of 10. The crew on today's flight weren't up and down the aisle very regularly, but when being served they were nice and friendly, 6.5 out of 10. The in-flight entertainment system was responsive and it had a really good flight map. It was however lacking in content with an average selection of movies. There was also no in-flight magazine. Air New Zealand offers free in-flight Wi-Fi which has very good speeds, 7 out of 10 here. I'll review the lounge separately as it isn't included in a Works Deluxe fare. Air New Zealand's flagship lounge was relatively modern, had a good selection of tasty hot and cold foods, a very large selection of beverages and plenty of seating between 2 and 4 p.m. The lounge has great views of the airport as well. The lounge gets an 8.5 out of 10. A very nice lounge in New Zealand. The seat, meal and IFE scores round to an average of 7.9 out of 10, which I'll round to an 8 out of 10. A great flight. Now lies the big question, is it worth the upgrade? Works Deluxe fares are generally $100 more than the normal Works fares. This flight cost 611 New Zealand dollars with a connection from Tauranga, and I believe it was well worth a $100 upgrade. Unfortunately, Air New Zealand is removing the Works Deluxe from the 1st of May 2024, so if you're planning to travel before then, it is definitely worth the upgrade. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the landing into Sydney.
And welcome to Sydney, Australia, everyone. Now, for your safety, you must remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the seatbelt sign is turned off. Also, be careful when opening overhead lockers, as items could fall out. It's now safe for transmitting functions on your electronic devices to be turned on. Now, the use of mobile phones in the terminal is not permitted by the Australian law until you've cleared customs and quarantine. Now, if you are connecting to a domestic flight, you are required to collect your bags here in Australia and clear customs. Now, we do apologise once again for the late running of the service. We hope it hasn't inconvenienced your plans too much this evening. Now, on behalf of your crew, I'd like to thank you for flying with Air New Zealand on the Star Alliance network. Do take care, and we do look forward to seeing you again soon. Mā te wā. Pō mai.
Welcome to Sydney. Thank you for watching another weekly trip report. Next week we're back in New Zealand flying from Queenstown to Wellington, and make sure to check out my 48 hours at Sydney Airport video, which I'll put a link to in the description.